fuck the trust is my friend or my foe.
Hey guys, this is Juan Zuniga, and today I'm going to talk to you about how you can make money without working. And I know the title can be a little deceiving. I'm not talking about you being in bed all day and just waking up at 12, and going to sleep late, partying, and still making money. This is more for the people that already have a job, people that have 9 to 5s, people that they're already working and they just want extra money on the side. Either you want money to pay your bills, either you want money to travel, to buy a new car, for whatever wants you have. With these tips, you can make that extra money that you're going to enjoy. And these 5 things are not going to be, you asking people for money or doing anything like that. These things are going to be things that you do on your everyday things that can make you money. It can make you, some extra $100 here, $300 there, without really doing too much. If you're interested in this, let's hop into it. But before we continue, I want to talk to you guys about our sponsor, Rose Gold and Black. Every time I talk about Rose Gold and Black, I get excited because they've been sponsoring us for a very long time, and I love their products. Right now, they have the one-of-a-kind collection, which is this one that I have on right here, and this thing is amazing. It's truly one of a kind. And right now, if you click the link down below, you get 30% off their landing page, plus an extra 15% off if you want this one right here. This is the one-of-a-kind collection. This thing is amazing. It's truly one of a kind. No 2 people are going to have this necklace, so if your buddy has it, it's going to be a unique thing. Nobody's going to have it. If a group of you guys buy this thing, all the stones are going to be different, and the reason is because these stones are hand-picked. They don't touch them. They don't do anything. They just grab them, hand-picked, and they do this minimal procedure basically to be able to put this chain on it, and that's it. And all the stones are different, and the chain, they're handmade as well. So check out Rose Gold and Black, guys. I'll have the link down below. Check them out. Take advantage of this amazing deal. You're basically getting 45% off these necklaces, 30% off if you click the link down below and you go to our landing page, plus an extra 15% off if you use the coupon code and you go into the one-of-a-kind collection. One-of-a-kind collection is one of my favorite, but they also have different other things that I also like. For example, the minimal bar necklace collection, the minimal bar bracelet collection, my favorite collections out there, and the minimal bead bracelet, all because they're very minimal, very nice, and they look pretty good. And they also have watches, rings, and other bead bracelets that you can take advantage of, and leather bracelets as well. Now let's hop into it. All right, so one way that you can make money without working is by using credit cards. Now, credit cards are very dangerous if you don't know how to use them. If you start overusing them, you're going to spend a lot of money in interest and all that. But if you're smart and you know how to use it, you can actually make some money from that. If you use credit cards, especially the ones that give you cash back, you're going to be making a lot of money. So don't be scared of credit cards. As long as you learn how to use them, you don't have to be scared of them. A lot of people put this fear into credit cards like they're the evil thing. If you're good with it, if you know how to manage your money, you know how to manage credit cards, you're not going to lose anything. So start taking a look at credit cards that offer cash back. With these credit cards, you can make from 1 to 6% cash back depending on what categories they offer. So I'm going to give you an example of 4 different credit cards that you can use. You can use, for example, the first one, the Blue Preferred from Amex, that gives you from 1 to 6%. You can use the Citi Double Cash that gives you between 1 and 2%. And you can use the Chase Freedom that gives you between 1 and 5%. And the Discover It that gives you between 1 and 5%. So all these credit cards have different categories. For example, the Freedom Preferred uses different categories for different quarters. So for example, quarter 1 will give you 5% cash back on gas and groceries. Quarter 2 will give you cash back on anything entertainment, whatever. So in every quarter you have to activate to be able to use that cash back. But there's other credit cards, for example, the Amex Blue Preferred, that gives you 6% cash back on groceries throughout the whole year. The only limitation is that you have up to $6,000 that you can use. But I mean, $6,000, that's about $500 a month that you're spending on groceries. Not a lot of people spend that much. I spend probably like $400 to $500 because we're a family of 6 and I still have young kids. If you're by yourself, you're probably spending a little less than that. So you can get money back just by buying groceries. So for example, if you were to spend the whole $6,000 and you do it at $500 a month, those $500 a month, 6% will be around $30 that you would be getting each month back easy 30 bucks. A lot of people would love to have free 30 bucks each month for doing things that you would do on a regular basis. And I know that this doesn't sound like a lot. Sometimes 30 bucks doesn't sound like a lot, but if you have all these different credit cards that give you cash back and you take advantage of all these different categories, you can be racking in 300 bucks, 400 bucks, 100 bucks here and there each month that are extra money that, like I said, you're doing regular things. You're just pumping gas, you're just getting groceries, you're just going out to eat, whatever it is that you're doing each month, that you're just using your credit cards and you're just paying them off at the end of the month, and you're getting money back for free. And the cool thing about them is that some credit cards come with incentives. So every time you apply, for example, I think is the Amex Blue Preferred gives you 300 bucks if you spend $3,000 the first 3 months. So if you're already spending $3,000, which is $1,000 per month, might as well take advantage of that and get that $300 initiation fee or an initiation bonus payment incentive that you can get for free. So right there, you're just getting 300 bucks plus the extra 100 or whatever you're making from cash back. I mean, you'll be banking easily just by using your credit cards and doing everyday stuff. The next thing is investing in the stock market. Now, investing is a very dangerous thing if you don't know what you're doing. Going into individual stocks is something that a lot of people go to school for. They're professional financial advisors. They actually go to school to kind of know what's going on. And still then, the stock market is very unpredictable sometimes. So you could lose a lot of money or make a lot of money if you just go into individual stocks. There's people that, just trade. I think Mark Cuban was one of them that basically traded and made cuckoo amount of money just from trading. But if you don't know what you're doing and you have no idea, you can lose a lot of money, especially in the beginning when you're trying to learn. So the safest way that you can make money by going into the stock market is by using index funds. Index funds, in my opinion, are the best way that you can make money in a safe way. So the way the index funds work is that they put a little bit of money on a lot of stocks. So they diversify completely. They'll have, let's say, for example, 10 stocks. And if you put $1,000, they'll put, let's say, 100 bucks on each stock or whatever it is, however, the percentage it is that they do for their index. And that's the safest way to do it. For example, one of the index fund, S&P 500, has grown or risen about 2,000% in the last 40 years, which is that steady, nice growth without worrying that you're going to lose everything because everything's diversified. Now, of course, you're not going to make as much money as you would if you went to the stock market and did it on your own, but it's a safe and secure and stable way of investing your money. And there are several accounts that you can use to open, but E-Trade, Charles Schwab, Ameritrade are now that they're part of Charles Schwab now, but those are accounts that you can open so you can start investing on index funds and take advantage of them. There's several index funds out there that you can do your research and see which ones are the best. The one that I just said, S&P 500, is the most popular, but there's a lot of them that you can do. Charles Schwab has one too that you can use, and it's very stable as well. Next one that I recommend is high dividend stocks. Now, these are individual stocks that you would be putting money into. For example, Microsoft gives dividends, GE gives dividends. So how this works is basically if you buy a stock, you can look at the yield and see how much money they would give you, and it's basically like a bonus for investors. It's like basically just for owning the stock will give you a certain percentage of whatever the profit was for that quarter. So for example, if a company gives 20 cents per share and the investor has 100 shares, that investor will get 20 bucks. Just that quarter, just for the heck of it. Now, how you're going to start making money is instead of taking the dividends out, what you do is reinvest that into buying shares. So if you do that, it's going to be like a snowball effect. So you buy shares, you get dividends. You reinvest those dividends. The more you invest, the more shares you have. The more shares you have, the more dividends you have. The more dividends you have, the more you can reinvest and get more shares. And your wealth is just going to snowball and start growing. Now this, like I said, this is the best way you can make money, but if you wanted to take it out, you could take it out as well if you choose not to reinvest your dividends. Who wouldn't want to create that wealth and make some money from it? you're already making money from credit cards, so might as well just reinvest this money into the stock market and start creating wealth and getting more stocks and becoming bigger and wealthier and having a more diversified portfolio. Now, dividends are not mandatory. If the board decides not to give dividends that quarter because it wasn't a good quarter or stop giving dividends, they can vote and stop giving dividends, So it's something that is discretionary. It's not something that they have to do, but while they do, just take advantage of it and make some money. The next thing is, if you have a car, is rent your car out. There's a lot of companies out there that you can do that, but Turo is one of the most famous ones. And what you can do is actually rent your car to people, and you first paying off your car. Basically, you can use that money to pay your car, or you can use that money for whatever else you want. Really, the advantage of Turo is that first, you make money. Second, you can select the people that you want to rent it out to. So if I want to, I see your ad, I can go online and say, all right, I want to rent this car, but doesn't mean I rented it until the owner of the car actually accepts the request. If he doesn't accept the request, I don't rent it. On average, the person that uses Turo to rent out their car, they make about $720 a month. That's a pretty good chunk of change. Now, Turo does take about 25% off the fee. That's their fee. So you end up being with like $540 a month, which is still pretty good money. You can pay a really nice car for $540 a month, and it's very easy to use. You just list your car and you're good to go. The final one is staying with your car is actually advertising with your car. There's companies there's one in San Francisco called Grab It that basically pays the driver to put like a decal under window of advertisement. Have you ever seen those buses with their big the windows with advertisement? It's basically the same idea. So what you're doing is just you go to Grab It, you tell them you want to sign up, and they'll send you a decal. Either you put it on or they'll put it on, and you just drive around. That's it. Drive around and you can make some money out of it. Now, they do pay a little less, but if you're just driving around already, let's say you're working at Uber Eats or Postmates or whatever, and you're just driving already, you can just put that in the bag and make some extra money. On average, they make between $300 and $400 a month if you drive about 40 hours a week, which is a lot of driving. Not a lot of people drive that much. But like I said, if you're doing Uber Eats, Postmates, DoorDash, and stuff like that, you can put that on your car. You're driving already, so make some extra cash just by advertising for that. They are not everywhere. They're San Francisco, and I think they have several other cities, but I know there are other local people or local places that would want to do that, and they can pay you just for having your car parked somewhere, driving in specific areas, just for that, because it's advertisement. It's something that a lot of people are going to see when they're on the road. So it's a good way. Even if Grab It is not in your area, you can actually go to locations and talk to them and offer your service, and you get the decal done. It's not that expensive. You put it on your car, you give them a time frame, and you advertise. But that will take a lot more work. But, you can do it if you would want to. So, yeah, these are the 5 things that I recommend that you can do to make some money with literally doing nothing. Just doing everyday things that you already do, like driving, buying stuff, like groceries, gas, etc. And just investing your money, going online for a few seconds and investing your money in an index fund, finding some good high dividend stocks that you can get in. And it's that easy and that fast. And I really think you can make a good amount of money just by doing, if you do all these 5 things, you can create a very good little side hustle, quote unquote, and make some money from it. All right, guys, so that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys next time.